The story comes from the current report. Despite the county's war on quote-unquote deputy gangs, LA Sheriff continues to promote tattooed executives. So the current sheriff, Robert Luna, promised to be a night and day difference from Alex Villanueva. That's what he promised. That's what he said. Am I wrong? Did I make that up? This man said he acknowledged the problems of deputy gangs. And yet, for some reason, he's still promoting tattooed deputy gangsters. I find that strange, don't you? After much resistance while he was undersheriff during the previous administration, Tim Murakami finally appeared in front of the Citizens Oversight Commission to testify under oath regarding deputy cliques and subgroups within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. During the 4-hour testimony on March 7th, Murakami admitted to having a caveman tattoo representing a subgroup at the East LA station. However, denied the tattoo was associated with nefarious or illegal activity, but instead symbolized quote-unquote pride in the station, as well as being recognized for hard work. Quote, the intent of the deputies involved is not anything bad, but the way it's being perceived now, it is detrimental. That's why if people have one, I recommend they remove them, Murakami testified about the tattooed members of the department. The commission considers the Murakami testimony to be a successful recording of Chair Sean Kennedy, but is it? Is it? This man is openly admitting to be a deputy gangster. Now, you may say, well, he's saying that he's showing pride in the station. If you understand what that tattoo is representing, and if so many other people who have that tattoo, mind you, these are cops. These are supposed to be your best investigators. The people who things are supposed to miss. They are supposed to catch things, because if they can't, then how in the world are you solving crimes then? They are supposed to catch these things, especially when you are a supervisor. You are supposed to notice trends. Otherwise, what do I pay you for? Quote, after dodging the issue for years, Mr. Murakami under oath finally had to admit that he is a tattooed caveman, and that more recently he altered his ankle tattoo to escape detection, end quote, Kennedy told the LA Times. Murakami may have removed the caveman tattoo, but rest assured his loyalty to the department and the members he served with still remains. That was clearly evident by the responses he gave, which included not divulging the name of any tattooed members, like a real gangster. A gangster doesn't snitch. A gangster doesn't snitch. Oh boy. The chosen one. COC Chair Kennedy made note at the hearing that Murakami, quote, is the third undersheriff to date to admit to having one of these tattoos, end quote. The third undersheriff to date. All the way up until 2024. So what do you think was happening before we even started looking? And we're going to get into some very interesting things here. The whole point of me covering this story, not all skin folks are kin folks. This woman's name is April Tardy. She's a part of a deputy gang. She's the reason why I wanted to cover this story, because all the people out there saying, well, all we got to do is get more black police officers or more black police chiefs or more black sheriffs and things will get better. No, you don't understand how a system of power works. See, a system of power can have it whereas someone like Emperor Palpatine is clearly a white man, but you can have black stormtroopers like Finn. Do you think a black stormtrooper like Finn suddenly is a representative of how good the Empire is? No, he is a face, a person to put out there to confuse you, to make you think the cops are your friends. Because guess what? The same way that you get contraband that gets into correctional facilities, right? Because the correctional officer doesn't feel like their salary is enough, or they get a little greedy, so they can betray their badge, they can betray their oath. It's the same way you can get a police chief, or an undersheriff, or a sheriff, or a lieutenant, or a captain, or a sergeant, or a regular old beat cop to be corrupt, no matter their skin color, and target their own. Because if you're black, you understand we don't exactly usually have the legal resources to take you to court. See, sometimes it's a very nefarious reason as to why they hire black cops to do the dirty work of white supremacy. See, it is unclear as to whether he was referring to current Undersheriff April Tardy, also a tattooed member of the department, who has described her tattoo much in the same vein as Murakami did under oath. According to published reports, the Citizens Oversight Commission had knowledge of Undersheriff April Tardy's station tattoo before her testimony on Deputy Gangs in 2022. However, despite the controversy over Deputy Gangs, the Board of Supervisors, according to sources, overlooked the tattoo and its potential meaning, handpicking her to serve as under Sheriff Robert Luna. Tardy informed Luna about the tattoo when she was interviewed for the position of undersheriff. Quote, "I wanted him to know that I did have a station tattoo and how I got the tattoo and what it meant to me. My dedication to the department, to the station where I worked, and the community that I serve," end quote. That's her explanation. Now, I want you to understand something, right? I want you to get something. The cops who went after Tyree Nichols. Tyree Nichols is a case where you had black cops who are a part of this Scorpion unit, this specialized unit, who went after a black man. These deputy gangs target black people. After the story surfaced regarding Tardy's tattoo, department sources confirmed most were aware she had one, but did not believe it was gang related, as Temple Station is not considered one of the 6 hot stations as listed in the COC report. So they believe that because the station wasn't listed as a hot station, or a station that was notorious for having deputy gangs, that wasn't a deputy gang tattoo, despite the fact that that deputy gang tattoo represents the V-Boys, a known deputy gang. That's what we have going on currently in America right now.